Hello dear students, welcome back to mathematics online class. We are discussing the first chapter, real numbers, in grade 10th. In the previous videos we have covered few topics, that is introduction of real numbers, Euclid's division lemma, Euclid's division algorithm and fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Today we are going to learn another theorem. This is the third theorem in first chapter, that is, let P be a prime number. This is a statement of the third theorem. Let P be a prime number if P divides A square, then P divides A, where A is any positive integer. Here try to understand the statement. If you take any prime number P is any prime number, and if you take A is any positive integer, then if this statement is satisfying, what is the statement? P divides A square. If this statement is satisfying, then we can able to write second statement also. What is the second statement? P divides A. If this condition is satisfying P divides A square, then we can write the condition P divides A. Let's take few examples, then you will understand. Let's take an example. Let's take an example. First of all, I will take a prime number. P is a prime number. So we will take prime number is 7. 7 is a prime number. And I will take one of the positive integer is 14. A is 14. Prime number is 7 and positive integer is 14. Now I am testing this condition whether it satisfies or not. Which condition? P divides A square. I am going to test this condition, P divides A square. Is it correct or wrong? I am going to check. If this statement is satisfying, then I will write another statement, that is P divides A. If this statement is not satisfying, then I will not write the statement. If the statement P divides A square, if it is not satisfying, then we are not allowed to write this statement also. If it is satisfying, then you are allowed to write this statement also, P divides A. Is it clear? Now let's check the condition. 7 divides 14 square, right? Why I am writing 14 square? Because A value I have taken 14. Then what is A square? 14 square, right? So we can write 7 divides 14 square, right? Now is it satisfying the condition? Let's check. If 7 is a factor in the prime factorization of 14 square, then I can say it is satisfying the condition, right? Which condition? 7 divides 14 square. Let's check. 14 square is nothing but 14 into 14. 14 is repeating twice here. 14 into 14. So 14 first prime factorization we can write 2 into 7, and the second time also you will get 2 into 7, right? Now how you are writing this? 14 is a composite number. Every composite number can be expressed as a product of prime numbers. From the fundamental theorem of arithmetic I am writing this factorization. So 7 is a factor in this prime factorization. Yes, see here in 14 square, do we have 7 is a factor? Yes. Not only here in the first factorization, in second factorization also we can see 7. So if 7 divides 14 square, actually what is the meaning? If 14 is exactly divided by 7, then we can write the statement. Both the statements are same. We can write 14 square is exactly divisible by 7, or you can write the statement 7 divides 14 square. These two statements are same only. Now do we have 7 is a factor in 14 square? Yes, we have 7 is a factor in 14 square. Therefore this statement is satisfying. Okay, 7 divides 14 square is satisfying. So what I said just now, I said if this statement is satisfying, which statement? 7 divides 14 square, then definitely this condition also it satisfies. Which condition? 7 divides 14. This statement also it satisfies. Let's take 14. Let's write factorization of 14. 14 is 2 into 7. Now do we have 7 is a factor in the prime factorization of 14? Yes, we have 7 is a factor in the prime factorization of 14. Therefore I can say 7 divides 14. Okay, it is satisfying. So if any statement, if if this statement p divides a square, if this statement is satisfying, then you are allowed to write this statement also. What is that? P divides a. P divides a square, then p divides a. Let's take another example. Okay, let's take another example. I'm taking another example here. I'm taking p value 5 and a value 7. Okay, prime number. What is the prime number? Here p is a prime number, and that value I am taking it 5, and a is any positive integer that I am taking it as 7, right? Now let's take the first statement, p divides a square. Let's check this condition is correct or wrong. Let's check. 5 divides 7 square. Is it correct statement? When it will be correct? If 5 is a factor in the prime factoration of 7 square, then the statement is correct. Let's check the prime factoration of 7 square. 7 square is 5. 7 square is 7 into 7. Do we have 5 in the prime factoration? No. If in the prime factoration, if we don't have 5, then we cannot write the statement 5 divides 7 square. This statement is wrong. Which statement? 5 divides 7 square. This statement is wrong. If this statement is wrong, then further you are not allowed to write 5 divides 7. This statement also you are not going to write this, because this is not satisfying the first statement itself. What is that? 5 divides 7 square. This is wrong. Okay, therefore you cannot write this statement, second statement. Is it clear? So these are the two examples. From these two examples we can understand about the third theorem. Let's give the general proof for this third theorem. Okay. So what is the statement? If p be a prime number, then p divides a square, then p divides a, where a is any positive integer. Okay. So p be a prime number, p be a prime number, it is a prime number, and a is any positive integer, Okay. Now they have given if statement. What is that if statement? If p divides a square, p divides a square. Okay, let's check. If p divides a square means, if you take a factor, for example, a we are taking is a composite number, and it will be having the factoration p1, p2, p3, so on. From the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, I am writing a is a composite number, and it can be expressed as the product of prime numbers p1, p2, p3, so on till pn. These are the prime numbers. What are p1, p2, p3, so on pn? These all are prime numbers. Okay, and we are taking the product of prime numbers p1, p2, p3, so on pn is nothing but a value. Now if p divides a square, a value is this one, p1, p2, p3, so on pn, then a square means what? p1, p2, p3, so on pn, into again one more time, because it is a square, so p1, p2, p3, so on pn. Okay. Now a is this one, p1, p2, p3, so on pn. A square means same this product form p1, p2, so on pn is multiplied again another time. Okay. Now if p divides a square, so for example we are taking this statement is true. Which statement? P divides a square. This statement is true. If this statement is true, means what is the meaning? If I am writing this statement is correct, p divides a square means p will be one of the factor in the prime factoration of a square. Okay. So p will be one of the factor in the prime factoration of a square. So somewhere you can see in p1, p2, p3, so on, somewhere you can see another prime number, that is p. Not only in this factoration, you can see p in the second factorization also, because it is a square, so every number will be repeating twice. P1 will be repeating twice, P2 also it will be repeating twice. Similarly, if P divides a square, then P will be present in the first factorization and also in the second factorization. Okay, so if we are writing P divides a square, then see here P1 to Pn, what we have taken, P1 to Pn, we have taken a. Do we have P is a factor in the prime factorization of a? Yes, we are having P is a factor in the prime factorization of a. Therefore, we can conclude that P divides a. Once again I am repeating, if P divides a square, means what is the meaning? In prime factorization of a square, there will be one of the factor P, right? So I am taking this statement is correct. So if this statement is correct, then what we have to check, in P1, P2, P3, so on, Pn, P will be one of the factor in the prime factorization of a square. So when it is a square, P will be there in the first factorization and also in the second factorization. So when P is present in the first factorization, this first factorization is nothing but a only. So we can say that P divides a. Okay, this is about theorem. Third theorem. Okay, what is the statement? Again I am repeating, if P be a prime number, let P be a prime number, if P divides a square, then P divides a, where a is any positive integer. Okay, I think you are clear with this theorem. Thank you.